Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome to another Project Pan update. So I'm not too sure what number update this is, but I have been using it for the best part of a year and a half. So it's the Natasha Denona Mini Retro. You can see how well loved it is. There's no writing on the back. So I had to look up the shades on, I think, Look Fantastic or Cult Beauty. So we'll talk about the shade 1. The shade 1 of this, I'm just going to call them shade 1 through 5. So shade 1 has definitely got more progress. Look at all that. I think I'll still be using this going into 2026, just because I would at least like to hit pan on the other two shades that are in here that I haven't hit pan on yet. Shade 2, there's not really that much more progress than there was originally. When I say originally, I mean last month. Shade 3, again there, you know, there's not really that much more progress. But shade 4, look at that. Look at how much more progress there is there. And I'm going to tell you how many times I used everything in a minute. And then shade 5 is the same. So I've got 3 pans. This is significant pan, obviously. And then I'm just expanding the pan on these two here. So let me get my book. Okay, so whenever I use the Natasha Denona, because I've got so many other eyeshadow palettes that I'm using through Shop My Stash, I don't use it an awful lot. That's probably why you're not seeing progress on that green and that silver, but I have used it, so maybe 1 or 2 times, but I've still used it. So Galaxia, now I don't know if this is Galaxia. I think it might be. It says I've used it twice. I've used it more than that because I used it with other palettes. Then we've got Industrial. This one, that was used twice. Yeah, that sounds about right for that because I don't really wear a lot of silver shades. Then we've got 60s twice. Yeah, sounds right for that as well. Then we've got Vintage Taupe. That was used 4 times. Again, I use it with different palettes. And then the last one is Pixie, and that was used twice. I really don't like this eyeshadow. I've said it in so many of my videos. What I tend to do with this is I use them together. So if I'm using this on the lid, I'll put this over the top of it just to give me that bit of sparkle. Like this just feels like a satin, to be honest. I mean, there's no sparkle from it, and to be honest, now with this one, my finger won't really get in there, so I have to use a brush for it. I'm doing my best with that. Hopefully that'll be finished in the next month or 2. I don't know about these two. Probably will be with me right into 2026. All I want to do with these is pan them. I don't necessarily want to use them all like I've used this, to be honest. But all I want to do is pan them, like have some pan showing. And then I might actually declutter this palette because it is on the older side. By that point, I think this one will be done anyway. And I will have significant pan here. Or I might just stop using that when I'm not using that anymore. Because like I said, I don't really like it. If you don't love something, don't use it as far as I'm concerned. It's not a waste because I've had a lot of use out of it. As you can see, there's been a lot of use out of it. And sometimes, well, I brought this one in I think last month as well, the mini star palette, and I have been using this, well, mainly just this light brown here and this dark brown. I haven't used like the shimmers or anything with it. I think maybe this one once, and then I don't tally them up. I really should, but I don't tally them up. I just use them whenever I'm using the Natasha Denona Mini Retro, or whether I need that kind of shade. Like this shade here would look nice on my brows. So maybe that's something going forward into 2026. I need to think about a really nice brow shade. So these always stay in my little acrylic drawer just to the side of me. That's the progress on the Mini Retro, and I wanted to talk about the Mini Star palette. So yeah, they'll be staying there and they'll be getting used in 2026. I'm hoping I'll get more progress. So we'll end this video here. If you're new here and like Project Pan videos, like beauty content, makeup content, please think about subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. Like, share and comment, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.